Hello everybody and welcome back to round 10 of the Grenka Chess Classic 2024. The games have already kicked off. No rest for the wicked, and the situation is as follows. Magnus Carlsen, top of the table without any danger, but a critical game now because Maxime Vachier-Lagrave is playing Magnus. Were Maxime to win and were Richard Rappaport to lose, then there would be an equal score between those two, and I believe there would then be a tiebreak to decide who would then face a Magnus in the main event pairing.
You know what's remarkable?
Yes.
There are 3 games going on now, and there are 8 fianchetto bishops.
Wow.
It's quite nuts.
Oh my goodness.
There's one on G2, one on G7, one on G2, one on B7, one on G2, G7, B7, and B2.
I've never
All
seen that.
Fianchettos.
Fianchettos everywhere.
Fianchettos is the way to go, basically.
Look at this, all these fianchetto bishops. That's unbelievable. Let's start with the game of the round, MVL against Magnus. Critical game. The odds of MVL going through, I would estimate, are less than 1%, because first he needs to beat Magnus, and then he needs Richard to lose to Friedman.
So it's like he has to beat the highest seed, and his nemesis has to lose to the lowest seed.
Exactly.
And if each of these events has 10% of chance, then
it's 1% basically. Yeah, it's about 1% in my opinion. Let's see. So MVL has decided to go through for the non-theoretical route. Magnus, okay, developing his queenside bishop. And now MVL doing the same, just full fianchettos. Very rare to see this. I'm not even sure they've ever had this position, to be honest. And now we have some sort of English. MVL just playing something, and knight a6 by Magnus. Okay.
Magnus has basically no pressure at all, right? He's secured his match, and just chilling, basically. Trying to play a good game, trying to win yet another game, to keep the momentum going for important day tomorrow. He played a very playful setup with black. He could try to equalize more roughly earlier on. Let's say on move 6 after c4, he could try to meet c4 with c5, not trying to not let white take the whole center. But he allowed d4, and then after d4, he didn't rush striking in the center. He just first goes e6, then knight a6, kind of a playful setup, allowing white to grab some center and go for a playable position. Not so much rushing, trading anything anywhere, just allowing Maxime to play a full-fledged game, which is nice for Maxime, because Maxime can now try to win.
I think what Maxime needs to do in this position is keep a lot of pieces on the board, keep the tension, not make any committal decisions too early on. It's not
this line was used by Kasparov against Karpov in that famous must-win situation, the double fianchetto.
Yes.
And Kasparov didn't rush with the d4, but they had this kind of situation where they kept the tension for a long time, and famously Kasparov won that game. Now actually, as we speak, lots of action in the center, and actually some trades are going to happen. Very likely, as black can trade on c4 and on d4 and create hanging pawns. But then white is ready to at some point push for d5. At some point, maybe after trading the bishops with knight e5 first, or in any case first bringing the rooks to the center, rook d1, rook c1. Yeah, double-edged stuff. But Magnus also doesn't have to rush it. He doesn't have to release the tension. He could wait and make Maxime release the tension first. Quite a complex battle. And he actually waits. He waits with taking. He goes queen e7. Probably both sides will bring the rooks to d and c file. And at some point, you'll have to decide. Actually, I like cd. Can I not go cd5? And I like the fact that you cannot take with the knight and the bishop because of the knight hanging. And if you go ed, isn't it nice to play against this?
Yeah, I agree.
Weak d5 pawn. Normally it's nice. I don't know how it's here with the bishop being on g7. Normally it's on e7. On g7 maybe it's a bit more active, potentially. But I like it, knight e5.
And he played it.
Yeah, it's tempting to go cd.
Magnus doesn't look at all concerned.
He just looks too chill. I don't know. It's like he's, I don't know. He has absolutely no tension just in himself. He plays completely free because there's no tension in the tournament for him. He's already qualified to the match for the first place, and he keeps making very good moves, but there's just no tension in his body. Very unpleasant to face someone like that, who has no tension in the body language, yet makes very strong moves. It's very, very annoying.
Let's look at Keimer against Ding. We had another fianchetto, but turned into a sort of Catalan.
No, I don't ever like when people call Catalan positions
without d4.
Without black having pawn on e6.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, like I think it's
wrong.
It's a giant sin.
Sin.
Yeah,
okay.
I think it's just.
Well, it's Easter Sunday, so at least I can pray.
Yeah, you should. Because I think.
What should we call it?
I don't know. I know some people call it a Catalan even if black puts a bishop on g7, but I think that's for me it's so wrong. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's just a fianchetto, double fianchetto. I don't know.
It's just a fianchetto.
It's a fianchetto probably.
Okay. Queen a4 check, knight fd7. Lots of ways to block the check, but
knight f7 is a very fancy one. Yeah, you prepare the other route for the b8 knight. You going to develop it to c6 later on. And very, very clever, because knight b to d7 it might seem more obvious for an innocent newcomer, but actually knight to d7 is very awkwardly placed in these structures because you want to fight for the c6 square, and you need a knight on c6 instead for that.
Yeah, this kind of development is
very
pleasant.
Quite terrible on d7 in these positions. Yeah.
Yeah, and the knight on b6 is not much better.
Yeah, so knight fd7 is the cultured move, and then you take. He went h4 by the way.
H4, yeah, I was going to say.
What's h4?
Well, it's a little bit of zing, a little bit of zest, a little bit of
zing against ding, yeah?
A little bit of zing against ding, exactly. Okay. A little bit of zing against ding.
Nowadays they do that against all sorts of fianchetto positions, so I think it's very common, yeah? You're going to go h4, next you're going to go h4. Knight c6, okay, knight 6 already, black wants to go knight b6, so you have to take the pawn. Bishop g7, and now I assume you should go h5, otherwise, you know, why you play h4. Well, it makes sense. I like this h4, h5 expansion. Makes sense. I wonder why Vincent is thinking. What else is he thinking about? Must play h5, right? And why not actually? Why not play h5?
It's Keimer. Who's white?
Vincent, yes.
Yeah. Oh, you said Vincent?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said Ding. Yeah.
No, Vincent, yeah, we had the zing against ding, so I got it all covered.
You got it all covered. Okay.
Let's see what Daniel Friedman against Richard Rapport. The other fianchetto.
Yeah, so we got Daniel Friedman against. We saw Daniel very briefly in the VIP room with some interesting insights.
Yeah, Richie is back to his old Prince Indian.
Yeah, and Rookie 1, this is the move that kind of everybody and their dog used to play knight c3, after which knight e4 is the main line. But now Rookie 1 became more popular.
Yeah, Rookie 1, a5 both have a very deep, well, actually not very, like pretty shallow tactical point. And the idea is that Rookie 1 prepares, let's demonstrate with d6, let's say, move like d6, knight c3, knight e4, queen c2. No, in fact,
sorry, then there's knight g5, yes.
Knight takes c3.
Yes.
And now queen c2.
Queen c2.
And now if your rook was on f1, you would have knight takes c2 check. And that would be a big bummer. Now I take rook takes c2. So for that, black goes, sometimes black can go 7 a5. And the point of that, yeah, this is now good for white. Point of that is that if now you go knight c3, knight e4, knight g5, knight c3, queen c2, bishop g5, bishop b7, you've got this a7 square for the rook. So that tactical idea of knight c3, knight g5 is sort of is what the whole play revolves around. So that's why a5.
And he went knight c3.
He went bishop f4 first.
Oh, sorry, bishop f4.
Makes sense, yes. And after d6, then knight c3, knight e4, and now, yeah, avoiding the trade of the knights with knight a4, interesting. Richard is very good in these positions, by the way. He has lots of experience. I played him a couple of times. He feels these things very well.
Rook a7.
You just guard that b7 bishop.
Just overprotecting it.
Not to have any knight d2 worries.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
The rook looks weird here, but it does a good job. And also sometimes, if the knight comes to d7, the queen actually is...
He loves it. Richard loves this queen a8 move.
He loves it, yeah.
He also, in some of these positions, you go like a4 with black, and rook comes by a5 into the game. He loves this rook swing as well. So, yeah, this queen a8, rook a7, queen a8, it's Richard. His favorite. He loves this kind of clever-looking positional ideas. Lots of action, meanwhile, on the Maxime Vachier-Lagrave board.
Indeed. What happened here?
Lots of things are happening at a fast pace. So he brought the rooks to the center with rook d1, rook c1, move 13.
Rook d1, rook c1.
And knight c7, yeah. And now he could take on c5.
And play bishop a3.
And play bishop a3, but he played bishop a3 directly, which is okay, I guess. There came knight e4. Yeah, suddenly there is a problem because no, knight e4 is not what you want. You don't want to take on e4.
He took on a4.
Yeah, but I guess he wanted knight a4 maybe first. Just bishop a6, knight b5, that's the problem. That's why he should have taken on c5 first, it seems. Because if you had taken on c5 first in the same line, dc, bc, bishop a3, and now you're not in time, you're here. And now after knight e4, already the whole thing is different. Now c5 pawn falls. You can just probably collect. Can you make knight e4? Can you even maybe collect? Can you go knight e4?
Oh no, wait.
D, bishop c5. EF. Bishop e7, f rook d8, rook d, bishop d8.
Yeah, you're just also works.
But even knight a4 now is better,
right?
Because after bishop a6, just move the queen, e1, I guess. And after knight b5, you have already taken on c5, and you can go bishop takes c5.
You can go knight takes c5.
Yeah, both actually you can do,
yeah.
Even bishop and even knight. So dc first was crucial because after bishop a3 first, he's got this bishop a6, knight b5 thing that he missed, I think, Maxime. And suddenly Carlsen's doing tremendous. Just doing tremendous. Knight e4 de. Yeah, bishop a6 and next knight b5. And
he's better already again.
No, but this is just Maxime's unfortunate decision on move 15. This is not really anything else. Just dc first, and it would be a different story. Yeah, it's just everything working out for Carlsen. He sits bored there. He would be a lot less bored had Maxime taken on c5. But now again, it's a very comfortable position. And I think it just worked out for him really well.
They tend to work out for him quite well, right? In general.
And if they don't, he makes them. So it's he either wins easily or he wins through effort. He usually wins, of course.
What's it going to take for somebody to just dethrone him and?
There's no need to dethrone him. He just he'll leave at some point.
so there's no need.
He already sort of shows the way a little bit. Yeah, like the classical championship match, he just left. He wants to leave the boring closed invitational tournaments. He said he will just sort of slowly leave and pave the way, to the. He's like this, like he will leave and then like the cycle of life, like the soil will become more fertile and the new flowers will rise.
Of the new crop of players, and they're a group of, I don't know, 5, 6, 7,
8, 9, 10, 11. I think.
8, 9, 10.
Yes.
There are a lot of them.
Yeah.
Who's really caught your eye? And I know you're friends with a lot of them and you're colleagues with them, but of the young guys, who is the one which really gives you that addition?
But I understood already what's happening when this question comes up.
What?
Because everybody answers differently.
Yeah.
And I have analyzed the answers of different people, and I've come to the conclusion that people like players that are similar to them in style. That's what happens. That's why, Fabi likes Arjun, somebody likes Gukesh, somebody likes Absatorov. I like Prague.
You like Prague?
Yes, but it's not because he's better than others. It's just because I feel he's closer to me. And so it's like you relate more to the player, and you try to cultivate certain strengths in your style, right? You'll try to. Some people, they try to calculate better and better, and they eventually achieve that. And then, obviously, as they value these qualities, they value them also in other players. So they naturally just look for some people similar. So let's say Carlsen, probably likes Absatorov, or
yeah, Carlsen does like Absatorov.
and that's sort of
you gravitate more towards.
you just like people that are like you, because you have formed yourself. Yeah, you've become a player that you want to be. Let's say maybe you're not as strong as you want to be, but style-wise, quality-wise, like let's say you want to be good at openings, you work on openings, you become good at openings, right? Or you want to be good at endgames, you work on endgames, you become good at. So you basically become who you wanted to become, and then you like the. So I cannot select one, but I mean I like Prague, but doesn't mean that he's better than others. I think Gukesh is probably the youngest, and at the same time, in terms of achievements, he has achieved a lot as well already. So on the other hand, Absatorov is not the highest ranked, so he also gets a shout out.
He is now the highest ranked. Yeah.
Of all. I mean, he's now number 4.
27th. No.
Well, his rating is not insane. His ranking is very high. Yeah, he is like number 4 in the world, I think.
What's his?
He's like 50 something, I guess, 58, or I don't know what his rating is, but
let's have a look.
It's the highest rank, which is of all the prodigies, which is quite something.
2765.
65, yeah. That's, well, I mean, to be honest, given the deflation, I guess. I mean, I had 2790 when I was like 19 or something like that.
Did you?
I think so, but at the time it was number 4 as well, I think. So the rating you cannot really compare because there is a deflation going on now compared to, let's say, when I was 2790. But the ranking is high as well. So yeah, Absatorov definitely. If you're ranked high, it means you're doing something right.
Yeah, you can't get to 2765 without being rather good at this game.
No. So he's very good. I'm, by the way, not thrilled with Vincent's.
I'll give you the mouse for a second.
No, you can do. I prefer you do. You do it very well.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Vincent, you're not happy with?
Not. I mean, he's H4. Whenever H4 doesn't really, gets followed up with H5 and something like that, then I'm wondering always what exactly was the point. Yes, okay, he delayed H5 for some reason. He had a reason, and now, okay, usually you should try to exploit it, somehow, that H6 is played.
But you can't.
You can't. So, I don't understand why he didn't play 8H5. Because now, yes, what was the inclusion for? I don't quite understand. Because H6 anyway useful, guards the G5 square. H4 it doesn't harm you too much, but it's not the top priority, and it is a little bit softening up your G3 pawn in case eventually F5, F4 comes one day maybe. You are slightly softer, and G4 square is slightly softer. H4 is not ideal, so not like a big issue yet, not like white is in trouble, but just the whole H4 idea hasn't really worked out, I feel. I think honestly Vincent is just a little bit tilted at this point too. Like he should be tilted if he's a normal human being after what happened to him in the previous rounds.
No doubt about it.
He's just totally annoyed and untilted, and he just wants to win. And so far, he's playing rather random. Rather random in this game. Not very convincing. But he's playing Ding, who is also not in the greatest of forms. So many things are going to happen in this game still.
Yeah, but I kind of agree with you. I mean, obviously the opening has been a success for black. The pawn on H4 is totally misplaced now. And black has got everything under control.
Well, it's still can be temporary. Let's say I have potential, to bring my bishop out, rook to c1, knight to c5, put pressure on the queen side. So these positions, they are not determined, and it depends a little bit on how it plays out. White can always take over in these kind of situations. You know, the knight on c6 fundamentally is not ideally placed. It's in front of the c pawn. So what black usually needs is he needs to move that knight from c6, and then play c6, get rid of the weakness on the c file, solve these problems. And then if that happens, then black can claim to be very comfortable. But for now, black still has to solve that issue with the knight on c6, and as long as it's still there, white has hopes for, you know, some middle game play. Let's say I wouldn't call it opening advantage, but middle game play. So still all to play for both sides here. Early to say.
Friedman, we've had a few moves, a few trades.
Yeah.
We last saw it after
Looks
rook
nice
a7, rook c1, okay. Knight d7, totally normal. Knight d2, offering some trades. Takes. e5.
Yeah, I like taking. Not giving Richard that king's Indian structure with bishop e3 ed. This structure, it is much more to Daniel's liking. The symmetrical positions with clear-cut plans. Daniel really likes these positions. He's very good at them. Rook e1 is a nice intermezzo as well. He's happy to clarify the situations. As the position opens up, the rook on a7 is questionable. I like white here. Black has to solve some problems here. Has to answer. I like this. Clever play by Daniel. D takes c5 and rook e1. Very nice and accurate. Magnus, by the way, in the meantime, equalized very swiftly, inviting massive trades here. Yeah, look, after bishop b7, he's inviting ed4. Yeah, he played it very unambitiously. He just wants to clean it up. Ed, let's say knight d4. I think you can go knight f6, queen f6, bishop d4, take everything, take on b7.
Okay. That's clever. That's just an immediate draw.
Yeah, and I think Magnus is very happy with that turn of events because you know, he's demonstrated a very, very good level of chess, a very good score, convincingly won this first phase of the tournament, first stage of the tournament, and he's ready to go into tomorrow's match as a clear leader. You know, and yeah, just very smooth game here by Magnus. I don't think Maxime will try anything. He can try something else. He can play maybe like knight c3, but he is not playing for advantage, and against Magnus, yeah, you are not hopeful here.
But the problem Maxime has got is he has to try.
No, but yeah, well, yes, but he also had to. At some point, you give up. And I think he's reaching the point where he just gives up. Like, and I mean, I'm not blaming him at all for that. I think he had a shot before the start of the game. He had a shot on move 15. He messed up, and after he messed up, that was his final chance. And now, okay, at some point you give up. Yeah, you cannot just play.
Cannot fight a losing battle.
No. I mean, you also don't want to lose. Why to lose when you can draw? I mean, I don't think he's hopeful anymore. Yeah, he can maintain. You know, he can keep the game going. Knight c3 is not the way to do that. I think takes knight f3 was very good. So I don't know which move to make actually here, but he can probably make some other move that doesn't worsen his position, like rook d2 maybe. But yeah, it's maybe just rook d7, also double on the d file with black. Usually when knight is on d4, only black can be better. Knight on d4 much more potent than knight on e5. Somehow, black bishops they have a square more, you know, the way the pieces are placed, they have one square more in their range than whites. So black is just on the more comfortable side of these positions. Yeah, just calling it today, knight f6. Maxime has had enough.
He's had enough.
Yeah. No, he didn't manage. He didn't get chances today. Against Richie, he got something going, by the way, but was not enough. Not enough.
All right, looks like there's going to be peace on the board. MVL Carlsen. There's lots of ways you can take either way actually on f6, but he will probably take with the queen.
Yeah, because so chill.
Okay. we move on.
Yeah, we have to move on. Nothing happened here because it is a very tense moment and a very important moment in the game. Absolutely critical position here. Absolutely critical. I don't see an easy solution for Richard. He doesn't see an easy one either. He is, having his head in his hands, trying to find a crucial solution here, trying to solve the problems because there are problems here.
Mm-hmm.
And more action on the other game, of course. More moves there.
Yeah, this looks like a typical reverse dragon, but with a pawn on h4, which you would rather have on h2.
Knight d5, interesting. Yeah, this is another way of solving that queenside pawns issue. He's with knight d. Well, one thing by the queen d1 I want to mention. Queen d1 is not a happy move. You really want, instead of queen d1, move 14 to go rook fc1. You really want that rook out first. But the problem is that after rook fc1, there is bishop takes f3 and knight d4. Because if you're in time to queen d1 this way, you would be really happy to get that rook out of the way. Yeah. Now this is a problem. That's why he went queen d1, but that's a big pity because now rook on f1 is out of business. Yeah, now rook on f1 is out of business. So knight d5. Vincent plays rook b1. Vincent is trying to get a3 before in. Oh, he played rook c1, sorry. Some bug was there. Played rook c1, yeah.
No. Ah, yeah, he did.
Yeah,
sorry.
It showed b1 and
yeah.
Yes, Ding has to decide. The knight to c6, as I mentioned, it has to go. Pawn has to go, come to c6. The question is, do you go to d4 or do you go to e7? Normally you go to d4. But you can go to e7. Knight d4, knight d4, e d4. Yeah, it's that's the normal way. There are some tricks there with queen b3, bishop e2, rook e1, and knight c5. Black hasn't consolidated his queenside just yet. If Black, let's say, had already played c6 and a4 or something like that, like if Black had consolidated the queenside, he would be doing very well because after knight d4 ed, the e2 pawn is always weak, right? That's what we learned. But Black hasn't consolidated the queenside, and the b and c pawn and knight on d5 they're all very shaky. So after takes in queen b3, there are some direct questions to be answered. a4 and rook b8, rook b2 is very principled.
A4 here. And the point is takes, rook b8, there's no queen takes d5.
There is queen d5, but it doesn't bring you much because in the end I will
rook
collect
b2
and e2 and everything. Actually, I don't know. You collect h6 also. Yeah, it's not so clear. Let's see what he. Let's see what Ding plays here. Queen b3. Yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, Maxime against Magnus is just heading for a draw. They keep trading stuff. So, what is the tournament situation? What's the intrigue once again? So,
well, the intrigue is, well, there is no intrigue now, actually.
No, for the first two spots not, but there is probably some intrigue down the line,
so
right?
third and fourth. So we've got third and fourth and fifth. So they're fighting for those positions.
So basically, if Vincent beats Ding, then he catches him.
They might have to play a tiebreak.
They will have to play a tiebreak, actually.
Yeah.
They will have to play a tiebreak.
Yeah.
So that game is huge.
Yeah. If all games end in a draw, then
this is it. Daniel, if Daniel loses and Vincent wins, then Daniel is out. If Daniel out for the the battle for the third place, but if Daniel wins this game, he will overtake.
If Daniel wins
and Ding
loses.
Yes, then Daniel is fighting for the third
Correct.
place. And if Daniel wins, Ding draws. Then he plays with Ding for the match. And if Daniel wins and Ding also wins, then Daniel is behind.
Nothing has changed.
Nothing changes.
Yeah. So Daniel needs to win, number one, and he needs Ding not to win.
Or if Daniel draws and Ding loses, we have a three-way tie for the bottom place, and the three-way tie will decide who will play for the third place. So there is a lot of tiebreak scenarios possible for today.
Totally.
Cancel your dinner plans, Lawrence.
I don't have any dinner plans. You are my dinner plan.
No, Lawrence, this is not how it works.
No?
No, I have my dinner plan.
Do you?
Definitely.
Really?
Yes.
Without me?
I have enough people in my dinner plan. I don't think you want to be part of my deal. You want, I mean.
Wait, is the family here?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, you brought them all?
Yes, of course.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought you might have left them.
I thought I just came here for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've got the wife and the kids all here.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I really didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
Well played.
It's nearby.
So what are they up to today? Easter Sunday. What do they do on a Sunday? Play games?
Beautiful city of Karlsruhe.
Oh, really? They're going to go around the town?
Oh, they've been already.
Yeah?
Beautiful city. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, it's beautiful.
The garden.
Yeah?
The garden.
Yeah. I've been here quite a few times.
Yes. A few times even, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a beautiful city to visit. Yeah, some repetition of the moves there. Okay, not repetition, but just a draw.
Yeah, they're trying to make a draw. If they reach move 40, yeah,
they managed to make a draw. Very interesting move by Ding, c6.
Oh, okay.
Inviting queen b7.
Let's have a look at that.
Inviting queen b7.
Wow.
c6.
c6.
Very sus. Queen b7.
So queen b7, rook b8.
No, he wants maybe bishop e2, bishop d3. Maybe that's what he wants. Maybe that's why c6. Bishop e2, rook e1, bishop d3, and he has protected the c5 knight. So now knight c5 is met by bishop b5, or so he thought. It doesn't work. A4, it just doesn't work. Also knight d7 was, it doesn't work apparently.
I'm so tempted to play this move.
Nice. This is also good.
Yeah. This is intuitively what I would want to play. Takes, and then b6, queen b6, bc6.
Wow, so desperate.
And a5 is hanging. It feels like it wins for white, but
no, I think Ding's gonna lose this game.
Really?
Yeah, he's gonna lose. Yeah, cancel the dinner plan, Florence.
So hold on, wait. Let's just clarify. So for dinner, what you're telling me is you will not invite me to dinner with.
No, I can invite you.
You can't invite me.
No, you can. I can invite you.
But
then you'll have to. You should not be basically the fourth child, but you should be a third parent. You are in for that?
I'm an uncle. You know,
uncle,
I can do it.
Uncle, if you're an uncle, we can negotiate.
I can
something.
do it.
Yes.
I might go for dinner with Ding. He looks like he needs some company.
Yes,
I mean,
if anyone can save him from his after this potential loss.
Is he here alone? I think he's
usually with his mother.
His mother's here.
I saw some pictures of him being with his mother.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think you are the right guy for the job. You'll lift his spirits. You'll tell him a funny British joke or two.
Will he understand my humor?
No, but you just bring him good vibe.
Okay.
He will like the vibe. He'll appreciate the vibe. He will laugh for out of politeness, and that's more that's more.
I'm just
needed.
So sorry for for him, for all his fans. He's obviously going through an incredibly difficult moment, personal moment. He's just
collapsing completely.
He is just on a full-blown implosion collapse.
But this is also intuitively collapsing. You see with your eyes. Like you don't even need a computer to see that stuff is just collapsing somehow.
Yeah.
Or if, let's say it's not necessarily collapsing, but it could be collapsing. So that is enough to just not even look into this. So I don't know what. He probably missed some. They probably calculated something. Okay, maybe he still had rook b8.
Rook b8, queen c6.
Knight b4.
Knight b4, bishop b4, bishop b5.
Maybe he was hoping for that.
Some random.
There's like a million. Knight b7, knight e6.
Knight e6, I like.
Yeah, knight b7 is the same. It is the same. Bishop c6, knight d8. Maybe he was hoping for this. Yeah. Okay, he maybe missed this thing in the end. Okay, possible to miss.
Yeah, bishop g2, bishop f8 is a big problem.
Yeah, we are winning exchange here. maybe he calculated the entire line, Lawrence, and missed the knight b7, knight e6 in the end. So maybe it's there's the justification. But Vincent is not going to miss that. Okay, that could be a very exciting, by the way, playoff for the third place match. Could be very exciting. Could be a three-way playoff. Let's see the Daniel Friedman game. Okay, let's assume that Vincent will convert this somehow. But let's see the Daniel Friedman game.
Okay, so we had...
Yeah, rook e d1 moment. Yeah. Now queen a8 check came. f3, rook d8. Logical, logical. It could go bishop e3 here. When bishop g5. Okay. All these things, they have a good vibe for white because of the rook on a7, right? So whenever there is action, the rook on a7 is a bit stranded. Yeah, knight c5 is a big move. Lots of trades there. Probably it's equal. Probably it's just equal. Knight c5. Take everything.
Sorry, where do you want to go?
Here, knight c5.
Knight c5
is probably the cleanest. Yeah, just take everything on d8. Yeah, doesn't matter, I guess. Take, queen take, bishop take, knight takes a4.
You'd still take white here, right? Maybe not.
Doesn't matter. I guess it's just fine for black. No, what's problem? Because you are not in time to
get c5
to get anything in, because the beta pawn is hanging a little bit, and I just need to bring my king. It's like I'm just 2 moves away. Just king f8, rook f6, king f7. I'm just too close. There was one thing I was wondering of knight c5. Does the computer point out some bishop e7 move? I was wondering how is it not the same. So knight c5, bishop e7, rook d2, rook d2, knight a4. You don't go rook d8. Can you play rook cd1 or what? Is that the point? Rook cd1, slightly better version maybe. f6, now rook d8, queen d8, rook d8, king f7, bishop a3 only move, I guess. Yes, and now, okay, the hand wants to play c5, but the knight on a4 is shut off. So you should do something else. c6. c6 looks a bit soft for black, doesn't it?
Soft.
Looks very soft for black. It somehow works apparently, but I would be worried as black about c6.
I think c6 is a very difficult move to play.
Okay, the idea is that, you know what's the idea? After rook d6 you have b5. Probably that's the idea.
Oh yeah.
Probably that's the idea. I'm not sure. I'm not sure though. Because you have b4, b3. I don't know, it's all vague to me, or vague for me. So okay, maybe bishop g5, knight c5, bishop e7 actually is smart. But you allow knight e6. But then rook cd1. No, but then... Yeah, very interesting. In this line, 20 knight e6.
20?
Yeah, in this bishop e7, rook d2, rook d2. Yeah, knight e6.
Knight e6.
Rook cd1. Wait, you want rook d2? Yeah, so f6. Rook d8, knight d8, rook d8, queen d8, bishop d8, king f7. I'm kind of no. First take on. I want to trap the bishop. Yeah, rook takes. You have nothing. Okay, so rook d8 now. Queen d8.
Yeah.
Yeah, bishop d8.
Yeah.
King f7. You have knight c3. You are just in time. And knight b5. Otherwise you are trapped.
Yeah, that's kind of important. Gaining a tempo.
Yes. So in this line, after knight e6, rook cd1, computer says knight d4 first. Now rook d4, ed, rook d4. Oh, okay, you got queen e8. Okay, that's kind of sick, yeah. You got now queen e8.
Yeah, queen e8.
You got rid of the e pawn for free here in order to have rook a8 here and then to collect the e2 pawn.
Oh yeah, with check.
But this is the kind of plan that humans just cannot see. Like,
no, and also it just looks horrible, doesn't it?
It still looks not well. No longer. I mean, your knight on a4 is out of play, but it still looks
horrible for white. I mean,
this one.
I like black here, but
yeah, I don't think it looks to me horrible for white. I would, from afar, definitely not worry as white.
Yeah, maybe the.
But the whole line is just too deep, yeah. Like you don't see I mean, it's amazing that you give up the e pawn, and then it works out for you because of rook a8, rook e8. But I think basically at knight c5, Friedman, of course, he will just take on d8. Daniel doesn't have any motivation to look for some obscure bishop e7 complications.
Mm-hmm. Tough. Very, very tough. A lot to calculate there. And Vincent does play the move.
Didn't notice this. Didn't notice that. I'm sure he missed this. He thought rook b8, knight b4, bishop b5. He missed this 96 business on knight b7, and now he saw it. And yeah, you see he.
Poor dang guy. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah. No,
he's just. He's in one of those rare kind of. I mean, he's just he probably feels he's close to the bottom or rock bottom, but
yeah,
I don't think he's even close.
There's some joke on that topic, like they thought they were at the rock bottom and then they heard a knock from under.
Yeah.
So this is the kind of situation, I think.
Yeah, rook b8, just queen takes c6.
The problem with chess, I have to say, professional chess, that there is no bottom.
There is no bottom, right?
You can.
You can just.
No, you can keep losing. I mean, there's no bottom there. You have to. You cannot keep falling and hope that you land somewhere. Like, you basically have to climb back up. You just have to start climbing back up, like, because if you keep falling, there is like always a new bottom. So yeah, you need to start climbing. Then he has to start climbing somewhere. Poor guy.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, the sequence is not working here for him. He sees it.
It's just not working at all. And the lean back in his chair, and look at the face, and just.
No, it's not enjoyable.
I wonder what the solution is for Ding. An extended timeout he had already for some health issues, I think. But you just can't go on playing like this, and going to tournaments, not winning a single game as world champion is just not. It's not viable. It's just not viable. It's just not. He was in Weissenhaus, I think. Did he win one game maybe or something?
No, Weissenhaus not.
He didn't win, no?
No, that was the worst event. Yeah, there he didn't win.
Okay, so he didn't even win a game in
He won in Vachier-Lagrave. He won a nice game against Gukesh, actually.
Right.
There was even hope for him at the start. So he actually started with I think he just beat Gukesh and he was on +1. So it started pretty good. But then he started losing after that.
But Vachier-Lagrave, we're talking about, that's 4 months ago.
Yeah, but let's say that's after his world championship title. So there was some hope there for Dave. After he beat Gukesh, there was some hope there for him that he's back. But yeah, okay, it's difficult because chess, it's, and I noticed it because sometimes I had games where afterwards I start questioning my chess level. Like I make a move, and after I'm trying to understand, like, was it a bug? Did I somehow was like a sort of a brain fart or something, or is it just me? Like, do I just not have understanding, and this is just my move? And I don't know, because I start, like, chess is such a difficult game that you play. It's an intuitive game, right? So your brain is doing some magic that you don't even know what it does. Like, you're not conscious of, you're not aware of the processes that led you to decision making. So that's why you cannot really impact that also. Basically, something is working in your brain, and then the moves comes out, right? It's a black box. You don't know what happens. So when you play badly, it's because sometimes your brain sort of functions bad, and you don't know, like, you cannot fix it. You don't know why. You don't know what's up. You sort of have the understanding, but when the brain is kind of off, the understanding kind of is also kind of gone suddenly. Because chess is so complex. There's nothing to understand, like sometimes you miscalculate. Like here you miscalculate knight b4, bishop b5, he missed a knight move. It's just, chess is too complex for that. It's sort of intuitive, and you have to just be in the right state of mind, and if you are not, it just collapses. It just collapses the whole thing.
So the question, therefore, after that is, when you're in that period of collapsing and doubt and lowing confidence, what do you need to do to just stop the bleeding? How do you stop the bleeding? What is the correct strategy for a top player like yourself, like Ding? You know, Ding is rated, I think, 2760 or something like that now. 2750.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the tournaments he played are not rated. So
no, yeah,
that's a good thing for him right
He'd
now.
be 2700 if they were rated.
Well, I mean, freestyle chess should not be rated. It's a different
No,
game.
of course.
But if it were somehow, he would lose all his rating there, of course.
Yeah, he would be out the top.
So he's got some time in that sense, and it doesn't matter because however low he drops, if he finds himself back, he will rise with enormous speed, right? Because there's like a 2800 player in there. So if he is like on 2700 and he finds himself back, he's back in like 3-4 tournaments. He's all the way back up. So that's not a problem. He'll rise very fast as well because 50% in a top tournament will make him gain, and of course he will have more than 50%. So it will just go up very fast. It's not a problem of what his rating is now. But you need to, he needs to kind of, find his inner
zen,
peace.
Inner zen.
You need to fix up because when you play without inner peace, so when you're afraid of the opponent or when you're afraid of yourself, you just don't play well. I was thinking now about knight d3, rook d2, bishop d5, rook takes d3.
Oh my goodness, that's beautiful.
As we were talking, I was thinking
knight
about
d3, rook d2, bishop d5.
Yeah, rook takes d3.
Rook d3.
And now I have queen takes
move.
g6. I have bishop takes f7.
Yeah, both.
Bishop f7 is the more powerful one. Yeah.
Yeah, bishop f7 is beautiful. The point is that king takes runs into queen c4 check.
Queen e6 mate is nice.
Oh,
yeah.
Excuse me.
Nice,
queen e6 mate. And rook takes runs into rook e8. No, and this is child's play tactics.
Yeah, so you have to play king h8. You will play king h8. Okay, game continues a bit, but let's say, okay, rook e8 is most accurate, but bishop g6 is probably more natural. Yeah, rook c3. Okay, some hope here. It's maybe not the cleanest, by the way. Maybe there's something better. Well, some hope here.
Okay, we have to be cleaner.
Okay, so bishop takes d5 first.
So bishop d5, rook d2.
Bishop f7 now. Yeah, I was hoping there's knight e6 in there or not. Queen f6 and queen f2. Sorry, no, I should be more accurate than that. Yeah, I can't go knight e6. Yeah, there's not. Let's see what Vincent will choose. There's not a direct finisher here. Oh, instead of bishop f7, by the way, is there not a simple move like knight d7 by any chance? Just simply collect the rook without any fancy
that's
tricks.
not that's
easier.
Nice. Yeah.
It's much easier. Yeah, it's just it's lights out.
The point being that rook e8 runs into takes, and knight f6.
Also bishop f7 here, mates. Everything wins here. Bishop f7, queen d5 also mates. Yeah. Yes, after bishop d5, you cannot go rook d2 because of knight d7. If you play bishop b5 here, queen b7 is the
bishop b5 intermezzo, queen b7.
D2. Knight b3. Rook e7, nice.
Just
not easy this stuff, but it's not easy by the way, but okay, findable.
I think that's findable.
Yeah. It's not obvious, but it's findable. And you feel there is a win, so you look for this stuff here. You look for it. Yeah, bishop b5 is the only chance. Rook d2, knight d7 is lights out on the spot. Meanwhile, Friedman, by the way, because that game is very important, so Friedman needs to win. He needs to win to catch up with this group.
And he's got,
he's comfortable, but
a lot of work to beat Richard from here.
Well, it's a long way to go. Black is very solid. No, I don't see it on Daniel Friedman. I don't see the face of a man who is about to win a game against Richard Rapport. It's not. I don't see that face on him. He's playing a good game, but Black is very solid. So if this game ends in a draw
and Vincent wins,
then it is basically Friedman is going to be
in the third.
In the bottom, right?
No. Let's have a look at the standings again.
One more time.
Because let's put the standings.
Memory issues here. Commentators are facing memory issues.
We'll get the standings before.
No. But if Friedman draws and Ding loses, they are having a three-way tie. They're gonna have a what? A tournament or a knockout tournament or what?
To be honest, I only got.
You don't have the info on the
only for tie. 2 players. The three-way tie.
No, I think cancel also your breakfast plans.
Yeah, we might be here all night.
Cancel your breakfast plans as well. Okay, but that's by the way the most likely scenario, because I suspect that Daniel Friedman is most likely to make a draw here, and I think that Ding is losing.
So wait, a three-way tie.
Wow, it would be a great chance for Vincent to make a comeback.
To finish in third.
He deserves that.
He deserves a win. I want Vincent to win because he deserves a win.
By the way, it's strange because he lost a bunch of games, no? That he's still in contention for that.
No, he drew a bunch.
But didn't he lose a bunch at the end?
He lost them. No,
he lost yesterday to Richard. He lost to Magnus. Okay, these were the only 2 losses actually.
Yes.
The ones were spoiled wins, but they were draws.
Yes.
So he shouldn't be doing that badly. If he wins one now, he's sharing last. But actually, three-way tie, a match, win tomorrow. He's potentially third. Third.
Yep.
So still everything to play for Vincent. That would be amazing for him. That would be great. And redeem himself fully. Make Peter proud.
Bishop b5 played by Ding, and now Queen b7 is. Well, it's pretty much the only move you've got to.
Yeah. Queen b7. That's the point. Yeah. That's the point. I mean, there is some bishop f7, rook f7, queen g6, rook d2, knight e6 action. How tempting is that, by the way? Can you be tempted with that?
No, d2's hanging.
There's even options like queen f6.
No, there's no way. There's no way. He's going to play queen b7.
Queen b7. Rook d2.
And then he's going to play rook e7, and that's going to be pretty much GG. That is because there's rook f7, then knight e6 comes, and
yeah.
You're even threatening.
No, bishop e8, knight e6.
You're just threatening bishop f7 and queen b5 as
that's
well.
That's why bishop e8, knight e6. That's the line. Yeah. That's
the key.
Yeah.
Bishop e8, knight e6.
That's the key.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh wow. That really sums up Ding's mood and tournament and level.
No, but the problem for Ding is he has to keep playing.
No, I understand.
They don't let him go.
They don't let him go.
They don't let him go.
Do you think he would go if he could? I think so, right?
No, but he wants to come back. He sort of can't, but he wants to. That's the thing. If he wants, he can just hide and not play at all ever. He already, he's already on in every chess club in the world. There's a picture of him now.
What in every chess club?
No, I mean like in chess clubs in the world. Usually you have pictures of world champions, right?
Right.
So he was saying in one of his interviews that he wants to win the match. If he will be very happy about the fact that he will be then his picture will be, and he'll be proud of that.
Yeah.
So he has achieved everything people dream to achieve. Like when me and you started playing chess, we wanted to become world champion, right? Lawrence, say that you did. I'm trying to make a point. Say that you did.
I did. Yes.
So and he has achieved that. He has achieved that. So he doesn't need to prove anything. He's already proved everything. He's made his childhood dream come true. But he just wants to come back. So he doesn't want to go home, but he wants to come back. He wants to win. But he just can't so far. That's the problem.
Have you been world champion in an under something format?
No.
Oh, you never won a junior one?
No, I'm a world cities champion.
World cities champion?
My city is the champion of the world.
Oh, right.
I think that's the only world championship title I have.
Okay.
As far as I remember. Yeah, world cities champion. And I won a title Tuesday, by the way. So that's also
that's
huge.
also kind
that's
of
huge.
That's huge.
No, that's enormous. Yeah. Yeah, I was fair. I didn't.
And you're 30 this year.
Yeah.
So World Seniors not too far away.
It's the hope. That's the plan. Slowly, crawling towards the World Seniors. Very nice rook endgame incoming for Daniel Friedman.
Yeah, look at this.
Very juicy.
Very juicy.
Very juicy, very clean. He loves it. He loves it.
He loves a good Rick
The little
ending.
chat with you in the
VIP
room.
Yeah.
It was the push he needed to put pressure. Because if he wins his game, he's actually made it to the fight for the third place.
Yes.
It will be the other two. Oh, sorry.
No, wait. If Daniel wins, no, that's not true.
Oh, then the other. No, he makes it. The other two are at the bottom. Yeah.
I think he probably does make it.
No, he makes it, of course, because he makes it even. Yes,
Let's
he
have a look.
wins. He
Four
gets
and a
4.5.
Yeah.
Ding. Actually, oh, poor Vincent. Actually, that means
Vincent will.
Vincent will not make it.
If Daniel wins, Vincent will not make it. Yeah.
Yes.
Brutal.
Okay,
look.
okay. Winning it is okay. G3 is the best shot. Yeah, but now I mean I saw this knight b3 move. Knight b3 was computer was showing this knight b3 is just.
Wow, that's lights out
It's
immediately.
simple. There is some calculation there to be done. So a4. I think a4, queen b5, ab, queen d3.
No, this is tough actually.
ba. No, it's not so tough. You are piece up. Bishop c3. No, this is not so tough. It is just very straightforward. Bishop c3. I mean, for a player like Vincent, yeah, we're speaking here. No, this is not insanely tough. Queen b6, rook c2, yeah. And that's GG. Take, queen a, queen g6. Yeah, it's.
And rook e7.
Your move rook e7 here also
No,
works.
there's some bishop d.
No, what do you do after rook e7? Bishop d4 you want?
No, I can't. I take on
no.
f7.
Rook e7. Yeah, what happens after rook e7? Some bishop c4? Yeah, bishop c4, I guess.
Bishop c4.
You gotta try something, right?
Oh, that's brutal. You can take on f7.
Okay, some rook b7, rook f8.
Rook f8. I mean,
And 96 check.
everything.
Nice,
works.
nice. How much time does Vincent have for all this?
Yeah, Vincent has about 15 minutes, so I think he's
just enough.
Yeah.
Just enough. But he has to, he has to activate the turbo mode because you can't just be chilling here. You have to really think actively here and finish it off before you get into time trouble. Richard showing high class there. He doesn't take on e4, doesn't give white a strong pawn on d5. He allows knight c5 bc. He wants to play that rook endgame, which is much more drawish because the d5 pawn is much more weak there. Yeah, Daniel will not rush. I like this g4 move. G4 is nice. Get some space on the queen side. Play rook c4 if needed. If let's say rook e8, you can always play rook c4. Maybe a3 somewhere. King g3. Little by little. Maybe b3 you want to play. Little by little. And b3, by the way, is the most human move, I think. b3 is forcing the issue.
I like b3.
Yeah, it's the most human. I guess knight a6 is the point then. I don't see another move. Knight a6, I guess, is the point. You want to go knight b4, and if a3, maybe you will. Do you return? No, you don't return. Yeah, maybe a3 now.
a3?
Yeah, I guess a3. Yeah, maybe you return. I don't know.
Return of the Mac. Return of the Ding. That's what I want to see. That's the next film I want to see. Return of the Ding. Get Ding back to his levels that, when he was playing, even pre the match, how he performed in St.
Yeah,
Louis.
I guess when you are also that strong, because I played Ding, I have a good score by the way against Ding.
Okay.
A fine score, maybe probably a very small plus, but I've lost to him a bunch of games as well. And my losses against him, by the way, like it is the level he showed in those games is just incredibly high. So sometimes his peak level is just insanely high. Because also he was playing positions he was familiar with, so it was prep, and then position that he knew, so he kind of played, followed the scheme that he was already preparing, and then conversion was very good. So the whole game is sort of like an engine type. Like the whole game is perfect. And of course, yeah, when you have such a high ceiling, I guess you're brilliant in your brain. Then maybe when it doesn't work as well, when there's like a magic and the spark. When the spark is not there, maybe then it's much harder to, and the floor is also lower, I guess. Because yeah, his best games are just amazing. Oh, he takes on c5. Okay. What does knight take c5? Feels a bit premature. But okay. Okay, b3, I guess. What else? But wait, Daniel. Daniel drawing is not amazing for Daniel because he's gonna have to play likely a playoff.
b3 played.
Yeah, what we'll likely get is a position with a pawn down for black. Let's say a4, rook c5, ab. Yeah, rook b5 he probably plays.
What?
No, rook b5 he plays.
He played.
I already understood the digital board. It's kind of freezing when you make a move. Yeah, he wants to play a4 in all comfort without giving up much material. It looks kind of okay. I think I have king d7, king d6 idea.
If the king gets to d6, I feel like
Yes.
you've.
Yeah. No, I have that idea. No, this is. Yeah, he wants to push a4, so now black will push a4.
So rook d3, a4.
Yeah, ba rook a5. Yeah, this should be draw of sorts. Yeah, rook c4 here, let's say. King is rook c4 to go rook to go what, by the way? You know the next move. King is 7. Looks sounding very comfortable.
Yeah.
Very comfortable sounding. Because rook e4, I have king d7. Don't give you any checks on e6. You can even give a check on e6. I can even go king d6 and then check king d7.
Provoke it, but
yeah.
maybe don't need to. No, black is just doing fine here, right? The pawns
fine.
Pawns just get mocked up. Rook d8.
No, knight takes c5. Yeah. Okay. The thing is, I think Daniel was not too ambitious there. Didn't really see this as a chance. And okay, I can understand. Position doesn't look like it's amazing, it's crushing, but looked nice for white. He released the tension a little too early, and now if a4 if a4 happens, it just should peter into a draw.
It should Peter Lecco into a draw?
No, it should Peter Svidler into a draw.
Peter Svidler into. Shout out Peter Svidler. Peter almost certainly won't be watching. I haven't seen. Well, he might be watching.
Okay, he'll be watching, just probably not us.
Right. Yeah.
I think he's a big lover of all kinds of.
Hearthstone.
Okay, that's a game, but also all kinds of shows, right? TV shows and movies. Like he loves watching stuff, right?
What's your favorite TV show, Anish Giri?
Oh, actually, it's an interesting one.
Or series?
A lot of different genres. If you go like all-time favorites, okay, Suits is. I like the vibe. The first season of Suits, like the vibe, the music, the suits, like the New York, everything, like epic. In terms of intrigue, like Prison Break, first 2 seasons.
Okay.
Couldn't stop watching.
Yeah,
when I was a kid.
I'm a big fan.
It's maybe a little bit childish, I don't know, but when I was a kid, I was like.
I liked Prison Break. Took a while to get cooking, but it was,
Really? No, I was in love with it immediately. Like I find it epic. Like the stuff, like the guy is tattooing everything on him, and he has a plan of like the whole idea of that he goes on purpose into a prison, like epic.
Yeah.
No, epic.
Okay.
Prison Break, big fan. So these two stand out for sure. I liked these cheap humor shows. I love very much, like the, of course, Friends and all that was inspired by that. So like How I Met Your Mother.
Mm-hmm.
I also liked what Vichy gave me a long time ago on the flash drive, the classics, these Faulty Towers.
Oh, of
Even
course.
more, I liked at the time. I liked the Yes Minister.
Oh yeah.
Yes, found it. Maybe it's all a bit of the same, but I found it a nice humor. What's 96? Is that a nice clincher? 96.
Wow, he found the
that's a good
clincher.
one, huh?
Let's have a look here. Sorry, just to interrupt Anish Giri's knight e6.
Epic.
Takes, rook takes. So now there's a
Nice.
discovered check. And when the king moves away, you can just take here.
Brutal. I like the line bishop d7 after rook g6, queen a6,
No.
rook d2, rook h6, sneaky. There are many. Rook takes h6 is an easy win, but queen a6 is clean.
Here, you mean?
No, rook takes h6 is very easy. Yeah, take queen b2 and
taking queen.
yeah, and the tempo is up. But queen a6 is nice. Yeah, just to give checkmate.
But there's just no way that.
No, this is knockout.
Gonna.
Knight a6 is a KO. Knight a6 is a KO. Yeah, it's a KO.
Wowzers, and Ding just getting destroyed.
By the way.
Yeah.
By the way, so Friedman's. If Friedman somehow magically loses this rook endgame, by the way, because there is some potential for takeover, that doesn't impact the situation very much, because I think Ding and Vincent will still have to play a playoff. But of course, the playoff will be without Daniel Friedman. So yeah, it's no, we're getting a playoff basically for sure. Only question is if the playoff is going to be okay. Yeah, because Friedman is not going to win. That's why we're getting a playoff.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a playoff. I think we're going to get a playoff.
Oh, wait, so Richard wants to go c6.
Yeah, so Richard has just parked the rook on d6.
Maybe some rook b3, rook b5, yeah? Is the easiest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just, no, it's a draw, it's a draw. So it's a complete draw, there's nothing happening here. Rook b3, rook b5, yeah. And I mean, and also rook b3, rook d5, first rook b7, it's even cleaner. Gain a tempo, and if you play rook d7, like if black plays for win, you cannot play for win. Rook b5, I guess
you can lose.
Yeah, you cannot, because if you take rook d5, I'll push my a pawn, like you have no, you are too far away with the king. So it's gonna be just a draw, and Vincent is winning. So we have an epic three-way playoff for tomorrow's match.
Yeah, and we're going to have to probably, if that does happen, we're going to have to take a break and speak to Satiris, because I only had instructions for a two-way playoff, but a three-way playoff we did not anticipate.
Yeah, it's interesting, huh? Because there are different ways the organizers deal with this situation. Sometimes there becomes like one of the three players just gets unlucky and gets, kicked out. Like sometimes one of the three gets priority for some random reason, and then gets to play the winner of the other two. And sometimes they do like a round robin of the three, which is the fairest but also the longest. Because then they're playing a tournament, and if the tournament ends in a tie, there has to be some other tie break, and gets all very messed up. My favorite system is this Armageddon system. Whenever there is any tie, you play one Armageddon game and that decides it. He didn't go for Queen A6 by the way.
This is
more, yeah. In human sense, this is more forcing.
Yeah. Bishop G7, Bishop C3, and I wonder if he'll resign. Probably not.
Yeah, I think he will. No, I think he will.
Do you think he will? Yeah.
No, this is no chance. After Bishop C3, yeah. Okay, maybe one more. Queen E7 and Queen D2 is a... Okay, but this is just...
He wants to take...
Queen takes.
Queen takes, Queen F6, yeah.
Okay, just take on F6, I guess.
Take on F6, but can you definitely win the D pawn?
Ah, you can't, yes? Rook D1?
Yeah, Rook D1, and Rook D1, D2. With Rook takes D2,
okay,
Rook D6.
Epic, yeah. You're suddenly, if I go Rook D3, you go Bishop B5. If I go Bishop
oh
B4.
my goodness.
No, but of course, okay, you don't take it directly. Yeah. Bishop B4,
Bishop
yeah.
B4.
Bishop B4, yes.
Wow, this is strong.
A little bit
Vincent, just so clinical. No, this one he is gonna...
No, now the D pawn is falling, because if you take D2, I have Rook D3. The D pawn is falling, and with it, of course,
and if D2, we can just take it.
Queen D2, because you protect the F2 pawn. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this might be resigns for Ding here.
Maybe he can try Bishop E6, like the last. Oh no, resigned. Yeah.
Ding. Yeah. Ding. Just what can we say? I mean, just heartbreaking to see, and Sven Knoppers is having a word with Ding, the tournament organizer.
We're going to all play. He says we're going to all play a
Sven is thrilled, yeah? More chess for Sven? He loves it, look at him.
Yeah, Sven loves the chess.
It's clear. He's like, yeah, we're gonna all play, it's gonna be amazing. More content?
Sven loves the chess.
Very nice.
But the issue is Ding just... I can't remember the last time we had a newly crowned world champion. Well, we've obviously...
Well, I remember something a little bit similar when Vachier had a bad stretch. It was not near as bad as that.
It wasn't.
But he had a very bad stretch towards Thunders.
Yeah,
he was also winning very little games.
I remember.
He was going through a tough period as well. Not like that. I mean, it was not physical, I guess. And he looked fine, and he was just not performing to his full capacity, and he was winning very little games for his standards, losing also, barely losing. I think mostly he was just drawing everything. Mostly he was just drawing. Like he would have some tournaments where he drew all the games without generating chances, saving up. Also, he was saving his preparation for the matches and having a very bad form, and that lasted for a while, and that ended, and he came out much stronger after that. But yeah, Ding's stuff is more extreme for sure, because he's also losing a lot of games. That's more extreme.
Well, do you want the bad news?
What's the bad news?
I'm going to get confirmation.
There's
a 3-way tie.
We're going to stay here forever.
It's a double round robin, 6 rounds.
What's time control? 1 minute per game?
10 minute plus 2. That'll go on.
Today? We're going to play after? Like we're going to play today?
I don't know if we can...
I mean, we are not going to play, so we are fine. But how are they going to play? Double round robin? Did you say double round robin?
Yeah.
10 minutes per game?
That's like another 5 hours.
That's absolutely insane.
That is another 5 hours.
Oh wow! The boys are in for a ride. Wow! The boys are in for a ride. They better get some food because
that is. It'll end up being longer than the classical game.
Obviously, I mean, who plays double round robin, by the way?
Well, this whole format has been a double round robin.
Sven, he loves chess. That's the thing. That's the problem.
No, this is too much.
Sven loves chess.
Double round robin, 6.
Okay, but there are only 3 players, so that's very little. You play 4 games, so there's 4 rounds. Each player plays 4 games. 4 rounds of 10 minutes, so let's say 1 round lasts 30 minutes. It's 2 hours.
No.
It's 2 hours.
No. It's more.
No, how's it more? It's 4 rounds, half an hour each.
The rounds are half an hour each minimum. These 10-minute games can go on forever.
There is also the increment, of course.
Yeah, there's the increment. I think a round is an hour long. I think it's more like a 4-hour thing.
No, not hour long, but yeah.
But I'm not sure we're going to cover that. We'll see.
No, we have to cover that.
We have to cover it?
Of course. I mean, like, you think what? They're going to suffer? You're gonna chill or what?
I don't know. We're going to have to get confirmation from our producer.
No. I mean, I'm a commentator now. Normally I'm a player.
I think what we're going to do, because I'm talking to the producers, if we do get a draw here, which looks very, very likely,
we get a draw here.
We'll go for a break, and then we will get confirmation from Sven and the organising team about what to do, because obviously we didn't anticipate a 3-way tie. It was very, very unlikely.
It's epic, of course.
It's epic.
Yeah.
The
crowd, I mean,
just
wild.
The crowd's going wild. I know for one thing, I need a Red Bull ASAP. Have we got any Red Bull on tap? Oh,
the guy just says it under
yeah,
the table.
baby. That's what I'm talking about. I should have had one. What's that? Is that Red Bull?
It's a blue bull. It's a blue bull.
Wow, I don't even know what that is. No carbs. Beautiful. Oh, we do have a Red Bull in the. It's okay. I'm going to have one of these because if we've got another 5 hours to go, then much required.
Wow.
Let's see. Daniel is yet to make a move.
You're kind of hoping for some blunder here, aren't you? It's suddenly like
desperately hoping.
Daniel magically wins this game. No, but this is not.
It's just not winnable, though.
No, it's not winnable. It's just not losable.
Just there's no move that is really bad here.
It's a draw. It's a draw.
He's going to go rook b3, rook
yes,
b5.
He's going to go rook b3. He's going to go rook b3.
Miss Friedman. And
yeah,
rook b3 on the board. And this rook d5, rook b5, and
rook b7 first.
I'll go rook b7.
Yeah, more accurate.
Rook b7.
He's had the time to figure it out now. Very accurate play here.
It might just go rook d2, king h3, take.
Now this is tricky because there is the g7 pawn there. So king h3, rook a2, rook c7. You cannot just take on a2 because rook c7 you are losing the g7 pawn. This is very dangerous.
But because there's rook g4 check.
But instead of that you have some fancy g5 move instead of rook b2. He's gonna go rook d7 here. Rook d7 is simpler. Rook b5, I guess. Wait, what does he do after rook b5?
Rook d2.
King h3. Okay, rook takes b5, just probably a takes b5.
Rook a2.
Rook a2, rook c5, probably rook a7. Okay, it's actually a very ugly way to do it, but yeah, rook a7 followed by king out of the way, and then rook a5, and then c6. Okay, not like that. Like let's say king g6 I want.
Okay.
King g6 followed by rook a5
and
followed by
c6.
c6. This is
that's
the
nice.
cleanest step.
Yes.
This is the most forcing draw, but there are probably many others. Epic format, but yeah, I'm in general as a player, I've always loved the stuff where you play one Armageddon game. It's a great invention, Armageddon game, where you beat for the time, and it ends instantly. Any tiebreak, whatever, one game, done, finish.
Incredible.
Yeah, great intrigue. And again, for Vincent, this is huge news. At the last moment, he has a chance to steal a very high placing in the tournament, to regain what was rightfully his high placement in this tournament. Daniel taking his time for some reason. I think he is calculating.
I think he's calculating. I think he just wants to be clean.
Yeah, he's just making sure rook b5 takes, rook d5 and king coming is not an issue. So rook b5 take, rook d5 a4, king d6 a5, king d6 a6, check, king h3, rook a2. He's a bit worried there actually. He's a bit worried about rook b5 and rook b5.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe wrongly, but he's a bit worried about it. He's trying to do it more clean, so he's wondering how is it more clean.
Yeah, there is still room to make a mistake here, actually.
Yeah, but if Daniel loses, magically,
if Daniel loses,
we still have the playoff, but only of the two people.
Only of two people,
yeah,
right?
That will be more, more small. But he's not going to lose it, of course. Just saying that he is a little bit. I think he is a little bit. Yes, he's taking his time just to make sure there is no surprises down the line, down the road. Yeah, he's really thinking, by the way. Really thinking.
No, this is. I don't think he's worried because he doesn't seem like the type to get. Does he?
He's never worried.
Does that look like a man who gets worried?
But that's the thing with Daniel. He's just never worried
about anything, right?
He just chill. He's just not
do you ever worry about anything?
Yeah.
What do you worry about?
Everything.
Do you worry about your kids?
Okay, everything. I mean everything. Like not even something important. Like I worry about everything. So it's not.
Do you worry about really small things? Do you?
I wouldn't say worry because worry makes me. No, worry is not the word. They bother me. They bother me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I'm worried about things. I'm not worried about things. Things bother me.
Do I bother you?
No, you don't bother me actually.
Thanks, pal.
Now you bother me. Stop touching. Please stop touching me. No, but on jokes aside.
Jokes aside.
No. I'm by the very fine to be touched.
Let me tell you, Anish,
you touch me.
it's not worth worrying about the little things in this life. That much I can tell you.
No, that's why I'm not worried
when
about
true
it.
tragedy strikes.
No, I'm not worried about it. But they bother me. Like I'm getting annoyed by little things, you know.
I understand.
Like rook endgame, slightly unpleasant. I'm getting a bit annoyed. Oh, but Vince. Oh no, but Richie is not eager. Richie is not eager. He doesn't play. He doesn't play it for a win. Yeah. Why would he? He's just embracing the draw that we showed. King g6 is the cleanest.
King G6 is the cleanest solution. You
need and to if H4?
H5, King H6. So I just
you can go H5.
Okay, I can do whatever I want, but I can also just ignore.
You can put the king on H6.
Rook A5 and king to H6.
Yeah. So king G6, H4 is not problematic because of Rook A5, right?
Also H6, king H7, but Rook A5 is easy. H5, king H6, and then C6 next. Yeah, this is nothing to worry about.
Just C6. This is a really nice solution.
Yeah. No, it's a good spectacle here. They're going to unfold. Yeah, nice system in that you invite players. You tell them, okay, it's going to be 6 of you. We're going to have a little tournament. Chill, 45 minutes per game. No pressure, no reading. And then suddenly you unleash on them some kind of format where they keep playing forever. This is nice. Or king E6.
Also possible. Rook H5.
Wait. Very clumsy move, king E6. Very clumsy move.
Because now he provokes H6
and then he goes back, and then he goes king H5, and he leaks in there.
No.
Very clumsy. I mean, king G6 is draw on the spot, so why go king E6? Super clumsy. In general, what was your... okay, he wanted to go king to D6, yeah? No, but white could go B6. So he was just hoping the white will go B6 and make a draw. But Daniel, you see how sharp of Daniel to go to H5 here. How very sharp. He could go B6 and draw immediately, but he took the moment to go to H5 and say, okay, hang on a second, let's play a bit. I respect that. It's, by the way, really not easy because you're not going to give up the H pawn, of course. You're prideful. You should do that. You should go like king F7 and it's a draw on the spot. But he's not going to.
There's no way he's playing king F7 in here.
No. He's going to play H6.
Yeah, he will play H6.
And then I'm coming back. Okay, and then we talk. Then we talk.
Anish, what do you estimate Daniel's true level to be at? Because 25-75 is...
Look how strong Richie is. Swallowing his pride.
Oh wow, he played king F7. Wow.
Yeah. Rook H7, by the way, just C6, right?
Rook H7, what?
C6 is the cleanest now.
He just wants to play this...
Yeah, BC Rook C7.
He wants to play this 3 versus 2.
Yeah. Not to play. No, but who's true level? Friedman?
Yeah. Because 25-75 is a joke, right?
The problem nowadays is that rating is something that is relative to others, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's very strong, Daniel, don't get me wrong. But let's say, I don't know, I mean, let's say he has to play a match against Bardia Daneshvar or something, or Makarian, or Paravian, or many people. Or he has to play a match with Yakuboev. Will he gain rating in those matches?
No.
I don't think so. Because these players are also underrated.
Yeah,
so essentially, many people are underrated.
So
which means maybe nobody's underrated, or maybe some are overrated. No, maybe top players are overrated.
I think all the top players are probably overrated, relative now to.
Not all. I mean, probably. Okay, many. Like Carlsen wins a lot. Fabi wins.
If you all had to play opens for a year, you'd all be 27-20 by the end of the year.
Possibly,
because you get look at what happened to Arjun in round 1. You get
possibly because I did lose a lot in I did lose some in Qatar. Yeah. I did gain in Isle of Man, but first of all, I was lucky to gain, I think.
And also, that's a very strong open.
That was a nice open for me, because it was strong. So the high rate.
I'm talking about a real open where you play all your Indian kids who are 2300 and you're black.
No, of course. Now, if you play Qatar Masters, if you play Qatar Masters all year long.
If you had to play Qatar, Sitges, Masters.
Yes. No, I would drop for sure to 720. Yeah, 20 probably. Yeah, I don't know. For
sure. I think the elite players live in their own kind of bubble, their rating bubble. And that's why we've got players.
To an extent, yes.
To an extent.
The truth, though, is that a lot of players who still have like 2600 are no longer worth that. And their rating should just come to everybody else. Like a generation of... In a way, Daniel maintains a very good shape, but his generation, the entire chicken chess club, they're like Peter Heine Nielsen,
they're all horrible players.
I mean, they were great once upon a time, but I think their ratings are frozen and they're probably overrated.
Yes.
No, not to be personal there against anybody, but well, that generation of people born in like.
So
the
you're
70s,
basically
80s, 70s.
saying 70s. Okay, so you're talking about
50, okay, the 50-year-olds. A lot of 50-year-old players now they are overrated, I guess.
Okay.
40-year-old players start getting overrated too, because they're getting older and weaker, but their rating and they start playing much less. I'm sure a lot of older Dutch players are right around 2600, like 2570. If you throw them also into Qatar Masters, they'll also lose rating. I mean Dutch because I know them.
Any names?
No, I mean not to on my notes.
I'm only trying.
No, but I'm serious. Like they're good players like that.
Yeah.
That I played as a kid. That were very strong.
Yeah.
Like, Friesen retired, for example, but that
Friesen?
He retired. Yeah. He also dropped his rating before. But let's say I remember I played some great players like Van den Doel. I played
Tviakov.
Of course, Sokolov. Of course.
Yeah.
I played also, but also Reinderman. I played. I played a bunch of good Dutch players. But I guess the time has passed. So much time has passed. They must have lost some strength. So for sure, some players are also overrated. Some players are underrated. It's not so easy. And from top players, let's say, Magnus wins a lot. He did play badly in Qatar, but maybe that was a one-off. Hard to say. Fabio wins a lot of games. Hikaru wins a lot of games.
Yeah,
Always
Hikaru
won a lot of games in Opens as well. Hikaru might do quite well.
I think Hikaru would be the most dangerous, actually.
In the Open?
Yes.
Yeah, because also you have to realize that top players would have to reformat their chess.
Mm-hmm.
Like my entire opening repertoire would have to be redone, repracticed, retrained.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have to retrain. But the way I play right now, I would of course lose rating, obviously. Okay, I would stop losing somewhere, I guess. Maybe it will be 2020, but I don't know.
But as a general principle, I think it's, for me anyway, and again, I'm probably going to get crushed on Twitter for this, but I think there's a massive rating deflation and not inflation, and I think there's a massive misconception. I think there are a lot of very strong players that are massively underrated, basically, and that causes a complete kind of distortion of true ratings.
Yeah, but there's a distortion because, I mean, there are people who are still overrated. So like you have to sum it all up. And in the end, maybe it's a net zero. Probably it's a deflation still. Like probably let's say the world is underrated on average.
Yeah, I would say there are more underrated players than there are overrated players.
That's what I would feel, and that's also logical because chess is getting more accessible.
Exactly.
So it's logical that there are more good players now.
Exactly.
And so it means that the people at the top are probably overrated relative to them, or they're underrated relative to the top. Mm-hmm. And you can say, but you can also say, okay, why do you want to take points from me? Give points to them. Like give me my 2750 back, and give them not 2000 but 2500. So it's relative. I mean, you can say you are overrated. You can say they are underrated. But for sure, I saw people in Qatar that were underrated heavily. My first round opponent, 2400. I was talking to him after the game. I mean, if that is 2400. Then I don't want to know what's 2500. Because he was talking to me, we were discussing lines. I was missing a lot of things he saw, both tactical and positional. And I felt like I was discussing game to an equal player, and then we were trying to find a draw for him, and we were discussing it. And as we discuss it, we are both calculating, and he found it also blindfold before me.
Wow. What was he, an Indian player?
Yeah, some 24. Yeah, 2400, I think, not even 50, just 2400. I beat him somehow, I was lucky. Okay. But no, it was a very strong player. Definitely not 24, maybe 2550 or something like that, I guess. I don't know. And many others were also heavily underrated.
There you go. There you have it, guys. And
not everyone,
Not everybody.
Some are also overrated.
There are still some people that are probably objectively overrated, but the crop of young talent, especially, and we do have to highlight India because the Indians dominate the Opens in Europe. As you know,
there are a lot of them.
There are just so.
There are also some other countries that have a lot of strong underrated players. For example, I think players from Kazakhstan. I saw a few at least. I played this guy Ramazan.
Mm-hmm.
Ramazan, I think is his name. I forgot his first or last name. And he was 2400 in Isle of Man. He was just like, he made the GM norm like with rounds to spare.
Yeah,
he was 2400. And he was also so chill. Like when I played him, I got no chance, like completely chill, very solid. And I played solid against him because I thought he's probably bad at solid play. Because before that, he crushed someone. I saw some hits where he crushed someone in attacking style. So I thought, okay, the guy's probably an attacker.
Right.
And he's probably low rated because probably he cannot play positional. And then against me, he plays also okay positional. So then, okay, I thought, well, probably just underrated, whatever.
I think also I can talk about another country that I've got experience with, which is Cuba, believe it or not. I've had the pleasure of going to Cuba a few times. I'd love to go back, play the Capablanca Memorial, and yeah, a bunch of really tough Cuban players because they don't get enough FIDE rated games.
Yes, because very often what happens in many countries, the reason it is like in some countries a phenomenon, because I read that they play a lot of tournaments, but they don't rate them.
Right, exactly.
So then you have the situation where people improve.
Yeah.
Or they indeed have what you said, they are inside a small group, but unlike top players, they are inside their own community, let's say, and they keep playing each other, and the rating, of course, as a combined rating stays the same because that's just how it is, and then they are all basically underrated, because you need, of course, to mingle with the system to then distribute the rating accordingly. So you get that for sure, you get that phenomenon. That's remarkable, yeah, that's very interesting. Also, the chess is because also chess is a specific game. There's a draw in chess. So if you are a bit better than your opponent, you don't necessarily win. Because if chess was only win and lose,
right.
If you are even a little bit better, you end up just winning. Yeah.
Right.
Winning. Or even if you're, especially if you're clearly better. But because of the drawing margin in chess, and because of the theory that also attributes to that, yeah, it's just it creates a certain dynamic where you get a lot of draws, or to try to avoid them, you take a lot of risks. And when you take a certain degree of risks, if you take too many risks, then you hurt your own EV, and you basically end up, a weaker player than you otherwise would be. So it's all in the game, basically. Richie, by the way, undisturbed, easily making a draw here.
Yeah, Richie showing that you can just play anything here. Rook H2.
Yeah, he made one clumsy move and then did a very professional decision. And that's what separates, by the way, speaking of underrated, overrated, this King of 7 move, that's what separates a truly top player from an up-and-coming player who's not quite top. Because a lot of these up-and-coming players, they have that thing where they are somehow, they have certain pride in their, like, they're not professional enough. They don't know that a draw is a draw, and sometimes you have to make it. Okay, you messed up, you lost a pawn, but 3 against 2 is a draw. And many players will play h6. Many players, strong players will play h6. Really, but King of 7 back, that is an amazing display of professionalism. I would have also played it. I like my draws nice and tight, but not everybody would.
Rook A7, he'll play King H6 here, I guess.
Any move from before. This is not 3 against 2 that is exciting. Some of them are interesting, sometimes, rarely, but this particular pawn configuration is very, very easy to defend. Nothing's happening here at all. I just rook before, okay, even wait, you can even, he chooses the waiting strategy. There are different strategies, you can just wait, have him cut off. Okay, white will go King F2, rook A3, and climb back to the 3rd rank, but it doesn't do much. Yeah, you can go King H6 maybe if you want to force. Force it. No need to force anything.
No need to force anything. This position is totally dominating.
It's already forced.
Yeah.
Complete draw.
It's a complete draw. Yeah. All right. Now, what we will do is, once this does end, and we expect it to end pretty soon, is we're going to go for a break, and then when we come back, we'll explain what we're going to do, because we're just going to get some confirmation about how we're going to deal with the 3-way playoff.
We should order some pizzas, I think. What was your favorite
pizza? Do you know what? That's
pizza?
A fantastic idea, Anishgiri. Okay, what do you think my favorite pizza is?
I think you are one of those people who likes pineapple on their pizzas.
No.
No?
I don't mind it, but
yeah, you don't mind it, definitely.
I like my diavolo spicy salami.
Really, yeah? Salami, for this greasy salami stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You?
No, I once took, when I was a kid, I liked this greasy salami stuff.
Yeah.
But as I got older, I understood that it's
not good for you.
It's not the way.
No. What do you like?
I like a neat pizza. I like some vegetables on it. Chicken is okay on it as well. So yeah, first of all, I'm very chill with like ordinary ones. Margarita, I'm fine, completely fine. I used to love quattro stagioni, but because all kinds of random stuff is on there, which is not greasy. Yeah, a lot of things. Vegetarian pizza is also nice because a lot of vegetables, quite nice. Yeah, not the salami business. No salami.
We might be able to order some if the organizer is.
I mean, if we're that desperate, we'll order some pizzas.
If we're that desperate, we'll order some pizzas because we might be here for a long time tonight. Rookie through.
Yeah, but also this game is really uncalled for. Like, okay, Richie is Hungarian school of endgames. He's never ever losing this. This is just.
Do you think he loses this 0% of the time?
Yeah. Well, I mean, not zero because he could something can happen like. Clock malfunctioning and he losing on time, or maybe you can faint because it's too hot in the playing hall. But in terms of like losing it on the board, yeah, 0%, I think. This particular one, yes. I mean, some other 3 against 2, maybe there's some chance, but this particular position, there's no intrigue. There is no scenario where you lose it on the board.
Even Saric walking past. By the way, I think he was leading the Open tournament.
Wow.
But
still, it's probably wide open, right?
I'm just gonna quickly check the
standing is probably wide open.
Yes, the standings.
By the way, just to clarify, do you know what time control the Open tournament plays? This is, by the way, Anton Giharo. Do you know if the Open tournament plays classical chess?
Yes.
They play proper classical chess.
Yes. I'm gonna just have a look at the Open tournament.
Yeah, because they want it, of course, rated, and they want to have their norms and stuff. Yeah.
Correct. Results. Oh no, let's have a look here. A Open pairings. Ranking. Let's do that. Saric at the top with 6, going 6 out of 6. Is that 6 out of 6?
Yeah, but it's a massive Open. Yeah, but somebody would have.
Still, 6 out of 6 is massive, right?
Yeah. To be honest, probably like 4 of his opponents were for him very easy, right?
And then there's a whole group of Marc-Andrea Maruzzi, Kolar, Svane, Niemann is up there on 5, and then there's just we got Arjun, Gatakamsky. We've got this young Turkish,
in the house, so wow.
The young Turkish guy. He's also there. David Anton, who I've not seen. Christopher Yu is also up there. Abhi Mishra. So a lot of the young superstars there, and I guess you can see those games live as well. Live. Let's see. And yeah, of course, the reason why that is relevant is because Anton is playing Saric as we.
Yeah, Anton we saw on the camera, but actually he's playing this Saric who's walking around now.
I think Anton is winning against Saric. So that's massive for the Open.
It's huge.
Whoever wins the Open, remember, gets qualification to this event next year. That's the important thing. By the way, we are getting finally some progress G5. You can take that off.
Yeah, that's the thing, that this G5 break doesn't help the slightest. It doesn't help the slightest. G, F, G.
G, F, G, F.
Yeah, if you had, for example, F5, G5 pawns, there would be a bit more hope.
Right.
But this particular configuration, it is extremely harmless.
Correct. Correctamundo. It's classical chess, the director has just informed me.
Yeah, that makes sense, because of course, Carlsen doesn't play there, so why not? Just play normal.
And yeah, this is Saric is looking, but judging by his position in the Open tournament, he should probably be back at his board. He looks like he's got a desperately bad position. King G8. There's really nothing to discuss here. 2-on-1 has been worked out to be an easy draw. Lots of ways to play. I mean, you don't actually have to do anything here as black.
Yeah, I mean, you should not blunder, let's say, into a rook e7 h6 situation with the king on h7. You should not blunder.
Something. That's the only thing.
Yeah, if you don't blunder, the thing is, the one big issue why these positions can never be won is because at some point the king will start getting checked.
Yes.
That's the problem. And the rook will have to block from the checks, and the rook cannot then be active and guard the king from the check. So that's the big problem. The king cannot advance together with the rook. So either your rook is passive or your king is passive, and yeah, you can't activate everything to the maximum because of the checks.
Of course, it's Daniel's right to continue here, even though we're saying it's dead draw.
Also.
He absolutely must continue.
Yeah, you have to go through these motions, sort of. I mean, to be very honest, in game like this, unpromising, it's what I personally would do. I would continue, but I would do it very fast,
right?
Not to waste.
Right, especially. Do they realize that they have to now play like a few more hours?
Yes, so not to waste my own time, actually.
Yeah.
Other people, I don't care, of course. But because, okay, I have to also dinner. So I would try because I have to try, but I would do it very quickly, and I would hope my opponent would also play very quickly. And if my opponent would play very slowly, I would even maybe just say like, okay, if you're doing these kind of things, then let's just make a draw. But I would just play it out very, very fast, and okay, if you make a draw convincingly, I'm fine with that.
By the way, after rook e4, rook takes e4 is a draw, but no human on earth ever takes this pawn.
No, it's not it.
But it is a draw apparently after king takes e4, but it's such a bad move that I have no words for how bad this is. You cannot make this decision. You have to keep the rooks on.
You don't have to think about anything if you trade rooks. You have to calculate, think a bit. Is this a draw? Is it not a draw?
Oh, I know where the draw is there.
Everywhere, probably.
King f7, king f5, g6 check is cute.
Yes, but for the argument's sake, king f7, king f5, would king g8 lose? Could lose. Yeah, because king g6, king h8, h6, king g8, king g6, king h8, king f7 maybe, king h.
And even that might draw.
No, king h6, it does win. Yeah, so okay, there is...
What we're saying, just to make it clear, is that in this position, if you go king f5, the cute draw
g6 is the only drawing move.
That's,
yeah, that's indeed the case, yes.
And you force this, and we have a drawing king and pawn.
Oh, look, Richie found a nice way to do it.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Let HG, and now...
Amazing. And by the way, pawn game is drawn here.
Yeah, he can just take
unusual,
on e5.
But that's very unusual.
But he's not going to take on e5.
No, because this is very odd.
He's going to go rook a6. Yeah, this is correct.
No, this is the classy way, yeah. Rook e5, king e5. Somehow, okay, I know probably this because it's a very simple endgame, but you don't usually come across that. Yeah, I think I noticed that when you have two g pawns, you shouldn't push the other one. But it's a rare one. Rook e5, king e5. Rare one.
This is nice though.
Yeah, this is the classy way to do it.
This is really just a Philidor, which just...
Filidorovich.
Huh?
Filidorovich.
Filidorovich?
Famous.
Rook e6, rook e1, the rook comes behind, gives unlimited checks, rook e8 check, king g7, you'll give another check, king g8, and now there's just nothing to do.
Yeah, g7, rook a6.
G7, you can't go rook f1 check, that's a blunder.
No, I think I hold even there, or not.
King g6?
Yeah, rook e1, rook f7, yeah, maybe.
Rook e1, clever.
Rook f7, maybe, yeah.
Rook f7.
Rook e6, rook f6, I wait, like rook a6. No, king h6, yeah, then I wait. Yeah, king h6, and then you win.
Yeah, because f7 is available suddenly.
Yes, and then you have rook f8 check.
Sorry, we're doing that in our heads, but yeah, this is never going to happen. He just goes rook a6, and there's really nothing to discuss. This is a classic defensive maneuver. You put the rook on the 6th rank, and when the rook moves, you'll just go rook c6. He'll just play this move here, and then eventually, if this move ever happens, then you come back down the back, and
you could take on g6, by the way. Go rook f6 check.
You could.
Rook f6 check first.
That's cute. Yeah, that's also cute.
I mean, everything was draw. Rook c7. Because of the stalemate idea, every move draws after g6.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's just going to go rook c6 and king g4. He's going to go rook a6, king h5, and he's just going to pass backwards and forwards. And Richie is bored, but he understands it's Daniel's rook c1 is also
you don't have to.
King h5.
There's nothing wrong that Daniel's doing here. It's what everybody would do, but it's just kind of, you have to go through the motions, but you eventually, there's no point, but you just do it.
Rook c4 is fine.
c4 is okay, weird. Rook c6, probably more. I mean, everything is dropped, but rook c4 looked weird. Rook c6 he played. Yes, and now you have a stalemate.
Now rook h4 check, or rook c5 check, and rook h5 is actually immediately the end of the game. Like this.
Yeah, even rook takes g6, rook c8, rook b8 check, king h7. Even that works.
Let's see if king h6 and rook h5. All right, and finally we have a draw. Okay. So this is the situation after 10 rounds.
Very exciting.
Magnus and Richard Rapport are going to fight for the first place.